ये कहाँ पे है? Okay.
Yeah, right.
So, Rohit, you look like you're in a ghost town. जहाँ भी हो तुम, you look like you're in a ghost town. Shomik also joins. Shomik, Rohit, Gargi, me. We are talking about Hardik Pandya, Rohit Juglan, and Shomik Chakraborty, both in Dubai. You have already seen their multiple reports coming from Dubai, and so far excellent coverage on the money. On the money, whether it is India fans, India practice, on the funny side, what people are eating, what they are doing, the culture stories. Great work from the two of them. Only the height difference is making it a bit problematic for Rohit to hold the camera. That is a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact because Rohit is just too tall for Shomik to kind of adjust. So that is one height disadvantage that we will have to solve. But otherwise, it's all on the money. The question we are asking: how did they look at Hardik Pandya yesterday at the nets? India will practice tonight. India will practice tonight at about 8 o'clock India time, which is 6:30 Dubai. That is right, right? What 6:30 Dubai time is when India is practicing, which is 8
Yes.
o'clock. The two of them will bring you all the reports. Bharat Ramraj and Vaibhav Tripathi will join them tomorrow. So let me go to Rohit first. Rohit, आपने हार्दिक पांड्या का कल प्रैक्टिस देखा है, आपने उनका बॉडी लैंग्वेज देखा है मल्टीपल टाइम्स, हम लोगों ने देखा है इन द रिसेंट पास्ट. हार्दिक पांड्या लुक्स वेरी रिलैक्स्ड, whether it is in his demeanor with fans, वो ऑटोग्राफ देते हैं, एयरपोर्ट में भी हमने उनको देखा. आपने कल प्रैक्टिस में हार्दिक पांड्या को कैसे देखा, एंड हाउ इंपॉर्टेंट इज हार्दिक पांड्या इन this tournament for India? Before I go to Shomik Chakraborty, first up, Rohit Juglan.
I think if you specifically talk about Hardik Pandya, the way, he started his practice session, I think before that also the kind of camaraderie, post that practice, I saw him spending a lot of time with Washington Sundar, telling him that, how he can, finish things up as far as, playing those aerial shots is concerned, because that's one point where you see that, Washington Sundar struggles as far as, his hitting abilities is concerned. He's very good if you want someone, to just go down the line, to just play, down the ground. But when it comes to finish things up, when it comes to, score with a, with slogs and with aerial shots, then there's a problem with Washington Sundar. And there was, I think, about a 15-20 minute discussion between Hardik Pandya and Washington Sundar. Before that, him specifically playing against the spinners with Shreyas Iyer, because they all, segregated in 3 different groups. So Rohit and Shubman Gill, KL Rahul and Virat Kohli, and then Shreyas Iyer and Hardik Pandya, which initially gave you a gist of that what will be our top 6 as far as the batting order is concerned for the first game. So there also, if you see Hardik Pandya, the way he was hitting, the range hitting, and one important point, yesterday told by Shamik Da, because he was covering Indian cricket for so long, that in 50 overs cricket, you won't see, from ball 1, certain players will go gung-ho. Means it's an approach which will clearly tell you that this Indian team has changed their style of batting. And it started with Hardik and Shreyas Iyer. The way from the very start went for their shots. Earlier, it won't be used to like this, that, they will, first defend the ball, they will play the ball down the ground, they will try to middle it. But from Sri Lanka, what has happened, from the comments of Gautam Gambhir, what has happened is, you see certain players playing with a certain role in 50 overs cricket too. So I think that has been wonderfully led by Hardik Pandya. If you see his batting, Shreyas Iyer with him, so I think he will be really important. Not too much with the ball the other day, but yes, very active with the field, very active with the catches he took. Ryanton Descarte was assisting him at that part. Then hit a ball to Rishabh Pant also, accidentally hit, and then asked him that how is he. So all went well as far as Hardik Pandya is concerned, Burela. And he is too good with the fans also when it comes to the autographs and photos and each and everything.
Shomik, you and Rohit broke the news on Rishabh Pant also. So can you just clarify once more? Rohit had sent some photos as well. You both put out the tweet several hours back about Rishabh Pant. So because he mentioned Rishabh Pant, that Hardik Pandya shot. So word on Rishabh Pant and then Hardik Pandya. The onus, as you had said, onus is on Hardik Pandya. 2023 World Cup, Hardik Pandya's injury could well have cost India the tournament. Had he been there for the final, who knows? That Hardik Pandya absence was a big problem for India. Shomik.
Before I go to the Rishabh Pant thing and Hardik Pandya thing, I have a guest with me. I am just inviting him on the show. I was talking with him. He is a fast bowler from Pakistan who is playing in the ILT20, and he is here for the India's next session. And he is very Ibrar Ahmed is his name, and he is very excited to bowl to Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli at the nets. I am just inviting him on the show. Ibrar bhai, एक बार आइए. यहाँ पे बैठिए. I
Imran,
have Ibrar.
इमरान, इफ यू
I
कैन हियर अस, आप सुन सकते हैं तो आप रोहित शर्मा, विराट कोहली, इन सबको बॉल डालोगे आप? IL T20 भी आपने खेला हुआ है. दो सीधा सवाल. एक, पिचेस के बारे में हमें थोड़ा बताइए, क्योंकि ये पिचेस पे आपने अभी ये T20 टूर्नामेंट खेला है. हम लोग बहुत बार बात कर रहे थे कि ये पिचेस कैसे होंगे, फास्ट बॉलर्स को असिस्ट करेगा, स्पिनर्स को असिस्ट करेगा, क्योंकि भारत ने 5 स्पिनर्स चुना है अपने टीम में. एंड सेकेंडली, आप इंडिया को नेट्स पे बॉल डालोगे, रोहित विराट को बॉल डालोगे, कितना एक्साइटमेंट है?
सबसे पहले तो थैंक यू सो मच कि आप लोगों ने मुझे इनवाइट किया। और पिचेस की आपने बात की, पिचेस बिल्कुल नॉर्मल है। बॉलिंग भी सपोर्ट करता है, बैटिंग भी कर सकते हैं। यानी जो ये नहीं है कि कोई ख़ास पिच बनाया हुआ है चैम्पियन ट्रॉफी के लिए, नहीं, नॉर्मल पिच है जो पिछले जिस तरह होता है बस उसी तरह ही पिच है। नो, कोई चेंजेस नहीं है पिच में।
ये जो 5 स्पिनर हम टीम में रख चुके हैं इंडिया, क्या लग रहा है आपको, ये ठीक है? ज्यादा स्पिनर्स को सपोर्ट कर देगा एज द टूर्नामेंट गोज ऑन?
देखिए, ये तो हर टीम अपनी सोच से खेलते हैं। हर टीम का एक अलग सोच होता है। जिस तरह पाकिस्तान, देखिए पाकिस्तान ने सिर्फ 2 स्पिनर रखा हुआ है और इंडिया ने 5 स्पिनर रखा हुआ है। ये हर टीम का अलग मिशन होता है, अपना सोच होता है। बाकी इनके बारे में मैं ज़्यादा नहीं सोच सकता हूँ, लेकिन पिच आई थिंक फास्ट बॉलर के लिए थोड़ा अच्छा है। स्पिनर इतना खास आई थिंक मैंने आईटी में नहीं देखा कि इतना अच्छा गया
एंड
स्पिनर।
फाइनल फाइनल सवाल, आप रोहित को, विराट को बॉल डालोगे? एक्साइटेड अबाउट दैट?
हाँ, मैं ख्वाहिश भी था कि मैं इंशाल्लाह एक दिन विराट कोहली को बॉल डालूंगा और उसको फेस टू फेस देखूंगा। तो आज वो देने इंशाल्लाह बस करीब है। वो जब वो आएंगे इंशाल्लाह फिर बॉल डालेंगे।
तो नेट में दो तीन बार आउट भी कर दोगे, फिर सेलिब्रेट भी कर लोगे शोमिक और रोहित के साथ, वो भी करना चाहिए.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, बस ये बंदा उसको बोलो मेरा साथ रहे और मेरी ऊपर कैमरा रखे, फिर आप देख लेना इंशाल्लाह। 1-2 बार हो सकता है आउट करे।
चलो आज देख लेते हैं. अगर आप कर सकते हो तो ये लोग दोनों आपको खाना खिलाएंगे, और नहीं कर सकते हो तो आप इनको खाना खिलाओगे. सिंपल बात.
खाना नहीं, बस उधर आईपीएल में जब एज ए नेट बॉलर बस लेके जाओ मैं
अरे
और
बाप रे, ये ज्यादा, ये इसके लिए मैं गार्गी और शुभान पे दे दूंगा, बट खाना हम खिला देंगे. चलिए, आईपीएल में आईपीएल हम लोग आपके बारे में लिख देंगे, इतना तो बोल सकते हैं कि आपने नेट में अच्छा और आप अगर बहुत मार पड़ गया तो वो भी लिखेंगे कि आपको बहुत मार
लिखो।
पड़ गया, वो भी लिखेंगे.
हाँ हाँ, लिखो लिखो। नहीं होगा इतना आसानी से, उसको कहलाने दो।
अरे लवली, लवली, but
हाँ,
good to see Ibrahim. I mean, I love the confidence.
अच्छे
Shubhan,
से
you want to ask a question? Go ahead.
अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस कराऊंगा इंशाल्लाह। मैच जीतेंगे आप लोग।
अरे लवली.
भाई भाई एक एक बात बताओ, ड्यू रहेगा? थोड़ा सा ड्यू रहेगा वहां पे दुबई में शाम के टाइम पे? ड्यू कितने बजे तक आता है अगर आप बता पाए?
आई थिंक 9 बजे के बाद थोड़ा स्टार्ट हो
9
जाता है।
बजे के बाद?
हाँ।
चलिए 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 चलिए, फिर तो कोई मसला नहीं. ठीक है.
बहुत शुक्रिया इब्रार भाई, बहुत शुक्रिया.
Shomik, coming back to the Hardik Pandya question. Bolo, before I go to Gargi and Shubhan again.
See, the thing is that once again, Hardik Pandya would be the third simmer and he will bat at number 6. And he will play a pivotal role to the chances of this Indian team in the Champions Trophy. If Hardik Pandya fires, India will tick the boxes. If he fails, or rather, I'm more concerned about whether he would last the distance. If he breaks down midway into the tournament, although it is just 5 games, if India go on and play the final, just 5 games. So I think Hardik should manage, but fingers crossed. If he breaks down midway in the tournament, that would be a body blow for India. We obviously don't want that, and we want Hardik in top Patel. The range hitting he was doing at the nets yesterday, I mean, it was gorgeous. I mean, he was sort of bludgeoning the bowling, and hopefully he will carry on with his hitting form in the Champions Trophy also.
Gargi, the one thing that stood out when Ibrar was talking, he actually said that fast bowlers को थोड़ा सा help मिल जाएगा, spinners को नहीं. That was one thing that stood out for me. We have, and Shubhan, Rohit, Shomik, yourself, me, we've been continuously talking about our combination, one less fast bowler, one more spinner. Did that kind of worry you a little bit?
Obviously, with Jasprit Bumrah not in the squad, not in the lineup, you're always missing that X factor. I think India is still missing that X factor when it comes to fast bowling. I'm not taking anything away from an Arshdeep Singh or a Harshit Rana or the spinners as well. But at the same time, I think there is somewhat of an X factor missing. A bowler that can be penetrative, a bowler that sort of induces the fear of God in the batters. I think that's missing from the Indian team. That being said, I still see a lot of firepower when it comes to pacers. Are we going one pacer short? I am concerned about that. But at the same time, right now we're talking about Hardik Pandya, and that's why we picked this title as well. Is that if there's anyone who can sort of fill that void for when it comes to middle overs or when that tail starts wagging, it is Hardik Pandya who's going to be pivotal in those moments, and it is going to be Hardik Pandya who's going to be key with the breakthroughs. But yeah, okay, yeah, but yes, that's Boria sir is gone. But
You
anyway,
carry on. You
you
carry on.
carry on.
no, I'm carrying on. But that's all I wanted to say. That it's all about Hardik Pandya. I think at this point, it's going to be difficult with Jasprit Bumrah not being there in the bowling lineup. But at the same time, I think Harshit Rana, with the way that we've seen him in the death overs, Arshdeep Singh is a proven performer in the death overs. I think it can be handled. I think it is something that is manageable. It's not like India cannot go through or India cannot win this Champions Trophy without a Jasprit Bumrah. That's what I think. But Shomik, over to you now. A lot of people asking when the practice session is starting. In a few, I think in 1 hour, right?
6:30 Dubai time, which is
6:30.
8 o'clock India time.
So that's quite a while.
8 o'clock India time is what? 6:30 Dubai. Shomik, can you tell us between Rohit and you? I mean, what exactly is the plan today? Will the whole team practice? It's just a vision only opportunity. Any press conference plan? Give us the entire lowdown, and then I'll go to Rohit as well.
It's only vision only. It's a vision only opportunity. No press conference scheduled. We have to see if all the fast bowlers turn up, because after Gautam Gambhir took over the reins of the Indian team, what we have been seeing since Sri Lanka, that he has sort of done away with this optional practice session as far as the batsmen are concerned. Batters are turning up every day, but to manage the workload of the fast bowlers, they are allowed breaks in between when there is a period when the team is practicing at a stretch. So from that point of view, all the three fast bowlers had a very decent net session yesterday. Now it needs to be seen, especially the way Gautam also spoke about managing Shami's workload, and which includes his training workload also. Whether Shami will turn up, whether he will, even if he turns up, whether he will have overs under his belt, whether he will go full throttle, that we need to see. Otherwise, I think the entire team will be there and it would be a high intensity practice session.
रोहित, बांग्लादेश का क्या सीन है? बांग्लादेश कब प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है? कल आप लोगों ने विजुअल्स भी भेजा था ऑफ द बांग्लादेश टीम, उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइए. एंड सम पीपल आर आस्किंग अबाउट द आईसीसी एकेडमी फैसिलिटीज, उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा सा बताइए. सो बांग्लादेश एंड आईसीसी एकेडमी.
बांग्लादेश प्रोएक्टिव है, खासतौर पे प्रिपरेशंस को लेकर के. दे आर आल्सो प्लेइंग अ गेम विद पाकिस्तान शाहीन्स, तो वहाँ पर भी उनके साथ अगर आप प्रिपरेटरी चीज़ें देखोगे तो है। यहाँ पर भी कल उन्होंने प्रैक्टिस की है और उन्होंने कल अंडर द लाइट्स प्रैक्टिस की है। इफ़ यू सी देम प्रैक्टिसिंग तो उनका भी फोकस यही था, जस्ट टू नो कि ड्यू कितना सेट इन हो रहा है, जब तक आपका 50 ओवर का जो टाइम ड्यूरेशन है वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो जाता है। सो वो एक मसला नहीं है। बट जहाँ तक बात है आईसीसी एकेडमीज की, आई थिंक हमेशा ही प्रिपरेशंस के लिए बहुत अच्छी रहती हैं। डायमेंशंस अच्छे हैं, कल आप देखोगे 63 मीटर्स की बाउंड्री है यहाँ पे एंड विकेट्स, मल्टीपल विकेट्स दे रखे हैं आपको, 3-3 विकेट्स दे रखे हैं ट्रेन करने के लिए। शुभमन ने कल जिम की रिक्वेस्ट की थी तो उनकी जिम की रिक्वेस्ट को भी माना गया और यहीं पे जो साथ में जिम एसोसिएट है तो उसको भी उनके साथ बाकायदा भेजा गया एक शख्स जो बैटिंग प्रैक्टिस खत्म करने के बाद वो जिम करना चाहते थे तो उनको जिम पे ले जाया गया। तो सपोर्ट स्टाफ भी उनके साथ गए। सो यू आस्क फॉर एनीथिंग और आईसीसी एकेडमी में वो सारी चीज़ें हैं। फैंस भी थे लेकिन फैंस का भी एक दायरा था कि आप इससे आगे नहीं आ सकते, तो वो सिक्योरिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत अच्छा कंट्रोल किया हुआ था। सो ओवरऑल अगर आप हर लिहाज से देखोगे कंफर्टेबल फॉर प्लेयर्स, हर तरीके से जो चीज़ें उनको चाहिए थी वो चीज़ें यहाँ पर थी। सो बहुत छोटी सी चीज़ है बट जर्नलिस्ट के लिए पानी भी था जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में नहीं था। सो बहुत छोटी सी चीज़ है लेकिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है। अगर आप देखोगे न्यूयॉर्क में भी ये फैसिलिटी नहीं थी पहले दूसरे दिन कि जर्नलिस्ट को वहाँ पर जाकर भाई पानी ढूंढना है, हर चीज़ ढूंढनी है। तो यहाँ पर कम से कम इस तरह की लड़ाइयाँ नहीं है कि भाई कम से कम आप लोग पानी तो रख दीजिए, बेसिक जो कर्टसी होती है कम से कम उसे तो कर दीजिए। सो ऑन दैट पार्ट इट्स रियली गुड द वे दे स्टार्टेड द टूर्नामेंट।
Okay, Shomik, before okay, let me go to Shubhan. Shubhan, what Rohit is saying, you've been to the ICC Academy in the past. You have seen the facilities in Dubai. You've covered a World Cup several times in the past. I mean, facilities wise, Dubai top draw. There's no complaint that we can kind of have. That's something that you can absolutely say that all teams will get top notch facilities, no discrimination, nothing like that. I think Shomik is calling Rohit. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But Dubai ICT Academy in Dubai is absolutely top draw. The two grounds that where the teams practice it, they are proper grounds. Those are proper grounds where actually international matches happen. Even during the women's thing, also we saw that some of the matches were played in ICT Academy in Dubai, where the Indian teams are practicing right now. They have indoor nets, they have gyms, proper swimming pools. I think it is a very proper academy, and the training facilities are top draw. And if players require anything extra, I think Dubai has all the facilities that are required to properly train. So I don't think that facility wise there should not be any problem for the Indian players or other teams who will practice there. Buriala.
Shomik, if I have to sort of look forward and anticipate the practice session today, what are you looking forward? You've covered yesterday, you know 2 more days. Frankly, after today, 2 more days for the game. So it's almost there. Tomorrow is 48 hours to go. When will you guys be taking a look at the pitch? Any idea when you all can have a talk with the curator? Any update on that front? When will we have a sense of the team? Give me something that you are looking forward to from the practice session before I go to Gargi again.
Tomorrow we are expecting to have a look at this Dubai International Cricket Stadium pitch. Tomorrow between 11 and 5 Dubai time, accreditation passes would be handed over from the stadium. So we'll turn up at the pitch. We will turn up at the venue and we'll have a look at the pitch. Whether we will be allowed to speak to the curators, we don't know because there are anti-corruption protocols these days. So curators are not allowed to speak at least on record, and off the record I don't think people here will not speak. But we will be seeing from close quarters. We will have a feel at the pitch. Like Ibrad said, that I have been maintaining also over the past 2 days. There is there is a nip in the air, and the fast bowlers will get help from the conditions. I don't know how the pitch will play out in terms of whether it will assist turn or not, but the fast bowlers will get some swing. That is for sure. And from that point of view, I'm a bit iffy. Seriously, I'm a bit iffy how India are one fast bowler shot, and whether this unproven pace attack, and I'm saying this unproven very consciously because I know Sami Shami has played enough cricket. Nothing. He on. I mean, at his peak, he is a world-class operator, but he hasn't yet shown the cutting edge of the 2023 World Cup. And the other two seamers, specialist seamers, they have just 11 ODIs between them. So from that point of view, I consider this pace attack an unproven one, and the challenge for them, for the entire pace battery, to be greater than the sum of its parts.
शुभान एंड रोहित, पीपल आर आस्किंग शुभान दा आप लाइव हिंदी लाइव भी करो ना रोहित भाई के साथ. व्हाट इज योर प्लान फॉर हिंदी, बता दो भाई शुभान. पब्लिक डिमांड.
अरे रोहित भाई का इंटरनेट शॉर्ट हो जाए फिर लाइव भी कर देंगे. तो दूसरे फोन का वेट कर रहे हैं इसीलिए लाइव नहीं हो पा रहा है. एक बार आ जाए तो लाइव हो जाएगा स्टार्ट. कब तक आ रहा है? आज कल तक आ जाएगा.
मैं तब तक यहीं से कर रहा हूँ जब तक वो वाला फोन नहीं आ जा रहा है, तब तक मैं यहीं से कर रहा हूँ, वीडियो अपलोड कर रहा हूँ. सो हिंदी भी लाइव कर देंगे. आज से शुरू कर देंगे. आज पहुंच गए. आई थिंक आज से कर देंगे.
कौन सा फोन, क्या फोन चाहिए? यहाँ से भिजवा देते फिर. क्या कौन सा फोन, क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
नहीं, वो किसी के पास छूट गया वहां पे. मेरा जो फोन था जिसमें दूसरा सिम डालना है वो वहां पे छूट गया है, तो वो आ चुका है आज. मेरे को बस शाम को रिसीव करना है.
ठीक है, अगर कोई इशू होगा तो बोलना, मैं विनोद को बोल दूंगा, फोन दे देगा, कोई इशू नहीं है. ओके, बट सो यू हैव योर आंसर. समबडी हु आस्क्ड, so between Shomik and Rohit, they're already on the money, and Shubhan and Rohit will start their Hindi lives, I think. So I think between the two of them, after practice or something like that, Shubhan, after the Indian practice, after the Indian practice, they will get on the live. So Rohit, I asked this question of Shomik, and I'm asking this question of you also. अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं, आप इंडिया का प्रैक्टिस में what are you waiting to see? अगर मैं 3 विश लिस्ट आपसे मांगू कि आप 1, 2, 3 इंडिया का प्रैक्टिस से ये चीज देखना चाहते हो टुडे, 48 hours to go for the match, क्या देखोगे आप? बिफोर आई गो टू गार्गी.
मोहम्मद शमी की बॉलिंग, रोहित शर्मा की बैटिंग, और इसके साथ साथ आपका जो स्पिन कॉम्बिनेशन है उसको आप क्या सॉर्ट कर पाते हो. ओवरऑल जो भी आपका कॉम्बिनेशन आप खिलाना चाहते हो उस तरीके से. खास तौर पर अगर आप देखोगे मोहम्मद शमी की बॉलिंग हो रही है, वो 1 घंटे से ज्यादा की बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, बट क्या वो इंटेंसिटी आ पा रही है या नहीं. जैसे कल शौमिक दा ने लिखा, ही इज बॉलिंग गुड विद इन हिमसेल्फ, लेकिन अगर आप उसे कंपेयर करते हो किसी से तो आपको वो वाला इम्पैक्ट नहीं देखने को मिल रहा है. सो मैं पहली चीज वो देखना चाहता हूँ कि क्या मोहम्मद शमी वो इम्पैक्ट, जैसे कल अर्शदीप सिंह ने रोहित शर्मा को बार बार इनसाइड एजेस पे बीट किया है, वो चीज मोहम्मद शमी ने एक आध बार की. तो वो ऐसे गेंदबाज नहीं है जो इतना बड़ा स्टेचर का बॉलर सिर्फ एक बार केएल राहुल को बीट कर रहा है. ऐसा नहीं देखने को मिला कि जहां पर एक 4 बॉल 5 बॉल 6 बॉल कॉन्स्टेंटली ही वाज आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस. जबकि अर्शदीप सिंह दूसरे एंड पे रोहित शर्मा या अदर बैटर्स के सामने भी काफी प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट कर रहे थे. हर्षित राणा स्पेसिफिकली बाद में. तो वो चीज मैं एक मोहम्मद शमी की गेलिंग में देखना चाहता हूँ. रोहित शर्मा अगेन, जैसा मैंने कहा, 1-2 पुल शॉट्स उन्होंने अच्छे मारे, बट पुल शॉट्स पे भी वो बीट हो रहे हैं बार बार. वो हमने यहाँ पर भी देखा, वो हमने इंग्लैंड के अगेंस्ट भी देखा था, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी देखा, रणजी ट्रॉफी में भी देखा. तो मल्टीपल वो जो उनका बेस्ट शॉट होता था वो शॉट पे स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं. और फिर अगर आप देखोगे इनसाइड एजेस पे, जैसे मैं बोला, लेफ्ट आर्मर बॉल कमिंग इनसाइड टू रोहित शर्मा इज ऑलवेज अ प्रॉब्लम. मैं कोई नई बात नहीं बता रहा हूँ, बट वो चीज जब शाहीन शाह अफरीदी के हाथ में बॉल होगा तो आपको अचानक से डर लगने लगेगा कि क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. सो वो मैं देखना चाह रहा हूँ यहाँ पर. और फिर स्पिन का कॉम्बिनेशन, विल वरुण चक्रवर्ती विल बी योर चॉइस या कुलदीप यादव आपकी चॉइस होंगे, और अक्षर पटेल वॉशिंगटन सुंदर में कौन आप लेकर आओगे? कि आप सामने से ये देखोगे कि भाई सामने वाली टीम पे लेफ्ट हैंडर्स ज्यादा हैं, तो फिर हम अक्षर पटेल को रहने देते हैं और वॉशिंगटन को खिलाते हैं, या फिर अगर आप देखोगे कि आपके पास राइट हैंडर्स ज्यादा हैं और हम अक्षर पटेल के साथ ही जाते हैं, या फिर अक्षर ने आपको इतना कन्विंस कर दिया है विद द बैट एंड बॉल कि अब चाहे कुछ भी हो, मैचअप्स पे आप ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं दोगे. बट मुझे गंभीर की जो अब तक की स्ट्रैटेजीज है उन्हें देखकर तो ये लग रहा है कि ही वोंट इग्नोर दिस, वो मैचअप्स के साथ जाएंगे. सो दीज 3 पॉइंट्स.
The last point he mentioned was an interesting one, Gargi. अगर matchups के साथ जाते हैं, if you take a look at the Bangladesh lineup, there are plenty of left-handers. Is there a possibility of a Washington Sundar? Will India even consider that? Axar Patel has done very well with the bat at number 5. We know all of this. We know Ravindra Jadeja has done beautifully with the ball. One between Varun and this one, Kuldeep, is essential. What will you do?
Very difficult call. I think at this point it's very difficult to pick between the spinners because, of course, you have a similar in Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja. So will you have similar sort of skill sets in the team. Will you go with a Varun Chakravarti? Will you go with a Washington Sundar? I think that's a tricky call as well. But at this point, again, like I said in the past lives as well, going purely by form, going by the way that Varun Chakravarti is bowling, I would have him in my team. He would walk right into my team. And I would see how he performs in the first couple of matches or the first 2-3 matches. And if he does not give the same penetration that he gave you in, let's say, the England T20 series or the ODI series, then maybe you could think of getting in a Kuldeep Yadav. Or if conditions are such that a Kuldeep Yadav will be better than a Varun Chakravarti, I would pick him only then. But at this point, Varun Chakravarti is a sure shot starter for me in the playing 11, despite the conditions, because I think at this point, I would still want to play my best playing 11. I would not go by due or any other surface factors, whatever. But when you talk about a Bangladesh, having a Washington Sundar can be a good strategy. Axar, I am not sure how if the management will at this point sit out an Axar Patel, looking at how in the ODI series he was sent ahead of KL Rahul. So he's been given the long rope. He's been given a lot of backing from the Indian management as well. So I don't see actually a Washington Sundar coming in place of Axar Patel. I don't see it happening. Although if it were up to me, it would be Varun Chakravarti who would walk in my team.
Shubhan, same
Just
question.
want to add,
Hardik.
just want to add one thing, Bureda. Just want to add one thing, that yesterday what had happened is that they gone with their 12 main players. They leaving Rishabh Pant apart, Harshit Rana apart, and Varun Chakravarti. 12 players were directly into the practice. So they left Harshit, they left Varun, they left Rishabh, but they haven't said the same to Washi or Akshar. Akshar, Washi, Kuldeep on one, and Ravindra Jadeja, they started bowling in tandem, all four of them, against Hardik Pandya and Shreyas Iyer. So they haven't sent a signal like, oh, we are not looking Washington Sundar at this particular point of time. So the way they all four of them have started against Hardik Pandya and Shreyas Iyer, it's a clear signal that yes, it could be any one of them, anyone from them, be it Akshar Patel or Washington Sundar.
Very interesting point, this one, Shubhan. Very interesting point.
Yeah, but you correctly said that Bangladesh batting unit will have at least three left arm. The top six will have at least three left-handed batters. So, but my point is Varun and Kuldeep both can challenge both the edges, be it right-hander or left-hander. They can challenge both the edges. So, and Washington Sundar is not your wicket taker. Yes, he did well against New Zealand, but that's a separate format. The pitches were different in Pune and Mumbai in the last two tests against New Zealand. So those were different conditions. I don't think he will get that much of assistance in Dubai. And that brings me to Varun and Kuldeep, who can challenge both the edges. So you can play either both Varun and Kuldeep. If you think that against Bangladesh you won't require an extra batter or that sort of batting depth, or you can go with your general what your template has been, Akshar, Jadeja, both of them playing along with a Kuldeep or Varun. So I really doubt that Washington Sundar will topple the likes of Washington Sundar Washington Sundar will topple the likes of Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep Yadav to make it to the playing 11, because both Kuldeep and Varun, both of them have good record against lefties.
Shomik, I would want a lovely story between Rohit and Ibrar, the guy who you got in Hindi. I think it's a lovely story after he bowls to the Indians at the nets about his experience. Rohit with his chaste Hindi talking to Ibrar, and it can be a beautiful story in Hindi. So we would want that, and you can write that. So I think that's a good story. The experience of this guy bowling, and he said IPL net bowler. So one can understand. He did not say PSL net bowler. He said IPL net bowler. So you can understand the aspirational story where IPL has taken them. He could have said PSL. PSL is in the same time, or exactly the same time. He said IPL. So keep that in mind, Shomik. But asking you the same question, I think Rohit and Shubhan and Gargi have all made valuable points about the Washington Sundar point. Before I go back to kind of Hardik Pandya with Gargi again, Shomik, where do you stand on the spin attack? Washington Sundar, any chance, or you are happy with Axar and Jadeja?
I think India's playing 11 for the first game is more or less settled. Harshit Rana, Washington Sundar, Varun Chakravarti, and Rishabh Pant will sit out. Kuldeep Jadhav is India's number one attacking spinner, and I don't think Indian team management will compromise. Kuldeep Jadhav will play. So, and with regards to Washington Sundar, I don't see him playing unless Ravindra Jadeja or Axar Patel picks up an injury. So he's just a backup. So I think the playing 11 for the first game is more or less settled. What I'm a little concerned about is once again coming back to Mohammad Shami. Is he is bowling medium pace? Given his class, he will bowl line and length with an upright seam blindfold. Given his class, but so far I don't know whether he is saving himself for the big event, but he is bowling medium pace. Yesterday also, even against England in the ODIs, he sort of bowled medium pace at the nets yesterday also he sort of bowled medium pace. So that is my concern.
Rohit, worried about Mohammad Shami?
Not actually worried, Buryada, but as I mentioned that he's running well. He's everything, the loading, offloading, run up, smooth. Everything is really good. He bowled for more than an hour. Did the same. I think Shubhanda reported at that point of time when he was bowling in Kolkata before the first T20I versus England. He bowled again there for more than an hour. But at that particular point of time, there was one concern, and that was of offloading. They were trying to get him back as far as his the last part of his run up is concerned. So and we we discussed this story also. We did a story in Hindi also that for the first two games he's not in the picture for selection, and then he'll get a game in Rajkot. So from Rajkot, what we saw in Rajkot, what we saw in Mumbai, and what we saw in the three ODIs, that as Shamikda rightly said, that it's not about being fit or not. It's about the kind of problem he creates to the bat for the batters. Once I did an interview with him post COVID, and I asked him that who's the batter who hated you the most to face in the nets, and he said Rohit Sharma. And these kind of things, his kind of deliveries, I asked him that why, and he said that because I hit him either on the toe, with the Yorkers, or with the bouncers somewhere around his shoulder, or with somewhere around targeting his helmet. So, and knowing that Rohit Sharma is a good puller and hooker of the ball, so that kind of zip, that kind of play and a miss, I'm not able to see that from Mohammad Shami's bowling. Bowled over an hour, bowling over an hour means at least over 100 plus deliveries, 100 plus deliveries. If you are not seeing at least 10 deliveries beating the outside edge or the inside edge, or creating problem, or handle of the bat or sticker of the bat, then it raises question that are we backing the same Mohammad Shami we knew one and a half hour year, 1.5 years ago, who played the T20 the 50 over World Cup. So that's my concern, that is he the same Mohammad Shami? What he is doing with the ball, I think that's my question is, Burela.
Shubhan, among all of us, you have watched Mohammad Shami the most closely in the last few months. You've spoken to him, you watched him in Bangalore, you watched him in Calcutta, you watched him closely. Your thoughts? I mean, what Rohit is saying, tangible, important. Shomik is saying, important. Gargi also made the point in one of our shows. Your thoughts on Mohammad Shami? You also made this very important point, which I thought was standout, that now it's been 3 months. So it is not as if he's come back last week. It's been 3 months and you're still not seeing the same Mohammad Shami. November, December, January, enough of domestic cricket. Enough of Vijay Hazare and Mushtaq Ali and Ranji Trophy and whatnot. But it's still not the same Mohammad Shami. Are you worried, Shubhan?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, had he been the same old Shami that we know, he would have picked up wickets in bundle. He would have, and wickets are something. Okay, I'll still give him that benefit of doubt that he was unlucky. He did not get too many wickets, but we could have seen the Shami who used to beat the batters, as Rohit said. Those kind of deliveries, I think, has been missing from Shami's CV since coming back. Uh, that extra zip, extra bounce, the nip of the wicket. I think Shami is one of the finest seam bowlers around. So, but we have not seen too many deliveries which have troubled the batters after pitching. So that is where my concern is. Arshdeep and Harshit both are very good, but both are relatively very inexperienced. 11 or 12 ODI matches collectively. And Shami was your pick of the bowlers in the 23 ODI World Cup. It was because of Shami's bowling that you went till the final. One of the biggest reasons, if we talk about Kohli centuries, Shreyas is batting in the against spin in the middle overs, Rohit's start up top. Then one of the biggest reasons why we reached the final has was Shami's bowling. But we are not seeing this. That's Shami. I hope things change. Things change when the tournament starts. But I have my questions. I have my doubts over Shami's peak peak form and peak fitness in terms of his after his since his comeback to international setup.
Okay, let's take a few questions here. Lots of questions actually. I mean, somebody said, "Why are we not sending people to Pakistan?" I am the one who said no, because in Pakistan our guys will not be able to report what they see, and that's the reason. However much we have friends in Pakistan, and we have many, they too can't report. There will be a gag. If we see anything critical, can we report? The answer is no. So whether I send Shubha and I send Gargi, whether I send Rohit or Shomik, we will not be able to report what we see in Pakistan. That is one of the reasons why we decided against sending our teams. But because as journalists, what you see, you report. That's the answer. Specific. This I'll have to go to Rohit and Shomik. Let me go to Gargi on this. Arshdeep should up his pace a bit. 135 kmph should be his band, not 125. I don't think Arshdeep bowls 125. Gargi.
I think he's faster than that.
Much faster. 135 at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
गलत मैच
I-
देख रहे हो शुभम.
कौन से अर्शदीप की बात हो रही है? क्योंकि वो तो I think he bowls close to 140 as well. I don't think his highest is 135. Anyway, what you want to see out of Arshdeep Singh is disciplined bowling. You want to see him hit the same line and length over and over again, which he does well, and which is why he is so successful in the death overs. Which is why he's also very good with the new ball as well. So when we talk about his pace, I don't actually see any concern there.
Rupan Guha Niyogi, Shami Arshdeep, Shami Harshit, Arshdeep Harshit. Rohit Juglan.
Shami Arshdeep for now. Shami Arshdeep. The other question was he might be watching the Vijay Hazare game. In Vijay Hazare, I think he was a little slower. Arshdeep was little slower as far as his bowling is concerned. As far as in international cricket, he was a little slower there. So maybe could be a possibility that he was watching Vijay Hazare and then he was comparing that. Oh, Arshdeep Singh 125, 130. No, it's always almost about 135 Ks. And in these two options, I think what team has picked for yesterday's practice session, have to see it today also, that whether they continue with that also, or like what Shamik Dai said, that could be a rest day for any of the bowler, maybe for Arshdeep, because he as soon as he ended up with his bowling, he came for the fielding catches, and then after that he was with the book, and for almost more than half an hour he was just reading the book there. Rishabh Pant sitting by his side and he was just reading a book. It was like he was sitting somewhere in a beach or in a mountain lap, and there was nobody disturbing him. Zen mode.
क्या किताब पढ़ रहा था?
हाँ जी,
कौन सा किताब पढ़ रहा था?
ये तो नहीं पता कौन सी किताब पढ़ रहे थे, बट वो हैं थोड़े से ऐसे, मतलब अगर आप उनकी वो लिखते भी
आज पूछ लेना आते जाते
कौन सा किताब पढ़ रहा था,
पूछ लेंगे,
अब ये जरूर
पूछ लेंगे। और वो लिखते भी हैं, अर्शदीप सिंह लिखते भी हैं, अगर आप उनको, वो पर्सनली भी लिखते हैं, शायरियाँ लिखते हैं, डायरी मेंटेन करते हैं। मैंने आज से 2 साल पहले जब उनसे बात करी थी तो उन्होंने तब कहा था कि मैं इस तरह की लेखनी करता हूँ, और कुछ लोगों से मैंने बात भी करी थी, उन्होंने कहा वो बहुत गहरा भी लिखते हैं, मतलब राइट्स वेरी डीप ऑल्सो। सो ही इज़ नॉट दैट जैसे हम कहते हैं कि एक तरह के क्रिकेटर हैं जो हमारे दिमाग में छवि है, वो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट, उनकी एक डिफरेंट तरह की उनकी इमेज भी है, जहाँ पर वो लिखना पसंद करते हैं, गुरुद्वारे जाना पसंद करते हैं, किताबें पढ़ना पसंद करते हैं। और एक दूसरा अर्शदीप भी है जो म्यूजिक चलता है तो डांस करता है, ग्राउंड में मस्ती करता है, वो वाला साइड भी है अर्शदीप सिंह का। बट ये थोड़ा सा ऐसा साइड है जिसके बारे में ऑडियंस ज़्यादा नहीं जानती है, कि वो लिखते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, एंड गुरुद्वारा जाते हैं, पूजा पाठ का बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखते हैं सारी चीज़ों का। सो यस, दैट्स ऑल्सो साइड ऑफ अर्शदीप सिंह बुरेला।
Yeah, somebody says Bengali inside a Punjabi. Spot on, Shomik. Arshdeep Singh.
No, see, the fact is that, I mean, we are talking about Arshdeep Singh's pace, and he looked pretty sharp at the nets yesterday. And we are talking about Mohammad Shami, that he is not bowling too many deliveries to beat the bats. And the bottom line is, it all comes down to him bowling medium pace. If you bowl medium pace, you'd struggle to beat quality batsmen. Whether you are bowling with an upright seam, maintaining a line and length. I remember once Duncan Fletcher telling me Test cricket starts at 85 miles per hour. So, from that point of view, I mean, it's whatever Test cricket or international cricket. Shami is not a medium pacer. Shami, at his peak, was a fast bowler. Even when his pace was a bit down, he was a fast medium bowler. Shami needs to add a couple of yards of pace to his armory, and I hope he is saving that for the Champions Trophy.
Someone says, don't show disrespect by what? Who's showing disrespect to who? Nobody's showing disrespect to anyone. We Bengalis are told we are more orientated towards reading and writing and culture and all of that, and that's why someone made this point about Bengaliness. There is no disrespect to, by if he doesn't read, also no disrespect. If he reads, no disrespect, each to his own. So don't impute any motive into anything that we are talking about here. Let's be very, very categorical on that. Closing comments. Siraj has bowled 700 overs last year. That's why he seems to be not so good at the moment. Thoughts. I mean, he's not part of this team, so let's not get to that at the moment too much. Is Rohit Sharma's Test career over? Again, not relevant. But and at this point in time, we're talking Champions Trophy, not relevant. Iyer would be the main man of our batting in fabulous touch. Fit Monk. Shubhan, take that.
I agree. I agree. Although it remains to be seen whether the ball will assist the spinners or not. But in those middle overs, when you struggle, when Indian batters in general struggle to keep up with the higher run rate, that is where Iyer is so good against spinners. Even against pacers, he has worked really hard. You saw the England series where he was just tonking the short balls. He has worked, although his technique is still not perfect, but he's working hard on playing those shorter, quicker deliveries, which are aim to his body. So he was one of our main batters, as I said earlier, also in the World Cup. But in this Champions Trophy, he will be, as you correctly said, that he's in fabulous touch and will be an important batter. And I think the entire scenario of him being dropped off from the Indian team, dropped off of the central contract, I think that will trigger something extra in Shreyas Iyer, and I think that will somehow benefit the Indian team. That's what I feel. But yes, I agree. He will be our main batter at number 4 in this Champions Trophy.
Someone says, I have a superiority complex. I don't, but I do have a huge amount of self confidence. And if you watch Three Idiots, यार बहुत 20 साल एफर्ट देने के बाद आया ये कॉन्फिडेंस. सो ये तो जाएगा नहीं. तुमको देखना है तुम देखो, नहीं देखना है फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Okay. Last couple of questions, one to Rohit and one to Gargi, and we will close. Gill and Iyer hold the key. Shubhain just answered that. Gill and Iyer hold the key. We've answered it. Another batting collapse incoming against Pakistan or New Zealand. Gargi, you reckon that? I mean, top of the order, ball coming in, Shaheen Afridi, Naseem Shah or New Zealand. We have seen batting collapses, but maybe not in the 50 over format so much. Test match cricket, different 50 overs. I don't remember a batting collapse of that nature, except that World Cup match against Australia 10 for 3, and then Virat and KL Rahul carried the day. Otherwise, when was the last batting collapse? Sri Lanka, maybe those poor pitches. Otherwise, 50 over format, when has been a batting collapse of in recent times? Gargi?
Exactly my point. I think the way our memory is working right now, we're leaking, not leaking, but the bad form or the bad performances that we saw in Test cricket in the recent past are leaking into other formats as well. But we have to sort of hyphenate. We have to make sure that we're looking at it from very different lenses when it comes to Test cricket and ODI cricket. Very different approach from our batters, from our top order, especially when you look at a Virat Kohli and a Rohit Sharma. Look at 2 months back how Rohit and Virat were performing. Look at how they're performing now. So a change of formats makes a real different. When we talk about obviously the batting collapses, I don't see it happening in white ball cricket, especially with how the top order is looking right now. Shubman Gill on song, Rohit Sharma with that century, Virat Kohli looks strong, Shreyas Iyer looks strong. I don't see. Of course, there is always a possibility that the opposition bowlers might have a better day than the Indian batters, but I don't see any chinks in the armor. I don't see any sort of weaknesses that will lead to a batting collapse.
Okay, chalo, I'll close with Rohit. Rohit, you mentioned Rohit Sharma pull shot. You did not mention Virat Kohli. Did he look perfect to you at the nets yesterday? Shomik said he looked good. He looked very good. The intensity was there. How did Virat Kohli look to you at the nets yesterday, Rohit Jukla?
It's obviously not. Can't say that he's look. He was edging. Can't say that he was edging so many balls. And as Shamikda has said, that he was, as far as his footwork is concerned, the kind of deliveries he has to left. Yes, that was there. But that was there in Australia too. Me and Shubhanda was covering. We were, after every practice session, we were saying this, that wow, Virat Kohli looked wonderful in practice session. He was leaving a ball on fourth stump, fifth stump, the over pitch deliveries. He was trying to avoid that cover drive. But as soon as he gets into the game, he was repeating the same mistakes. So again, as far as the yesterday's practice session is concerned, he was very precise where to put his feet in, what to leave, what to play. Like directly communicating it with the bowlers also, that what length he want to hit, whatever he needs, he was communicating. Even after the practice session, he also ordered for a food, and the chef kind of story came out from there, that Indian team not having chef, and I can't name players, but there are 2-3 more players in the team who have.
There's an internet issue there. Yes, Shomik, you want to step in and close it?
He's also stuck.
Wonderful. Something has happened in Dubai.
He's stuck in.
Look at that. He's given out. Out. So show is also done on that note. Beautiful. But this you must take a screenshot of this and send it.
That's what I'm doing.
Brilliant. But Shubhan, good day. Vidarbha 308 for 5 against Mumbai. Good day. Good day. Good batting day. Maybe if they get 400, that Ranji Trophy game is beautifully set up. Did I miss a super chat? Something saying super chat. Otherwise,
even Kerala nicely poised. They have although they were struggling in between, but they have somehow managed to salvage their innings. So it's very evenly poised in the other game as well, Kerala versus Gujarat. But Vidarbha has done really well against Mumbai.
Naman has asked this question 1 million times, if I am allowed in the press box or not. Firstly, I am. Secondly, I don't care. Thirdly, go read my book. I hope you know who lied and what the real story is. So I hope the story ends there. So do I really care? No. But if I am allowed, yes or no, the answer is yes. So I've been to the press box multiple times since, and everybody in the powers that be are friends of mine. So that's the answer. Shomik, you're back. You had given all of us out. अरे आबार आउट दिच्छो केन भाई बोलो what do you want to say and we'll close the show. Tell us, what do you want to say?
No, I just bumped into the question from one of our viewers saying if there could be a batting collapse. See, I'm not that concerned, because India are basically a white ball team. They are bad at playing test cricket in trying conditions, but save a few, they can't play test cricket. They are poor as far as test cricket is concerned, but white ball cricket, especially 50 over cricket, that is their forte. Still, I believe Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer, they are in very good nick. But once again, the onus will be on Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, because they are the two players who control the tempo of India's innings in 50 over format. So from that point of view, Virat and Rohit still would be very, very important.
Okay, so to close the show here, India practices at 8 p.m. India time, 6:30 Dubai. I'm expecting Shubhan and Rohit will do a Hindi live. I'm putting the onus on Shubhan. So after the practice, Shomik and Rohit will give us the lowdowns from the practice, detailed in a video format, which Gargi will put out. Shomik will write his copies as well. So watch out for that. Plenty of coverage coming your way, as you can already see. Dubai coverage, we have kind of set up the tempo quite beautifully with two of our colleagues. Two more will join them tomorrow, so the tempo will keep building. For the moment, Gargi Raut, Shubhan Chakraborty, Shomik Chakraborty, Rohit Juglan, who's already there. I think his internet conked off. But Rohit, who joined us, to everybody watching, thank you very much for joining us. No, net clips are not, Abhijit. Not allowed.